Shed the Shoulds. On this episode, I brought Caroline Elisabeth and we dive deep on shedding the shoulds as introvert fempreneurs and how these hold ourselves from showing up for our business in several ways, several areas of our business. And this went in such a flow. It was such an amazing conversation, and we tapped in on so many things: your strengths, your values, your vision of success, what is being successful, and what is wealth for you. I invite you to join us on the conversation. Let's go. We are going to talk about shedding the shoulds, but I want Caroline to present herself and talk a little bit of what she do and who she helps. So be very welcome.
Wow, thank you so much for having me on here. It's so nice to talk to you and your audience. And what I do in a nutshell is I'm a certified life and health coach. I'm also a business consultant and I work with introverted entrepreneurs. I mainly work with women entrepreneurs. Or some select males as well. But I really do help my clients, uh, craft a vision that aligns with who they are as introverts. So working with introverts, tapping into, okay, being able to work within their introverted nature, rediscovering the joy in work. So a lot of my clients come to me when they're kind of feeling that passion subsiding, and I'll get to why that is, but it does have a lot to do with the shoulds that we're going to talk about. So just really rediscovering joy in their work and really understanding their natural strengths and leveraging those strengths so that they can be applied to their business, and just allow their business to flourish and sustain for the long term. So my business name is Build Your Brilliance, and it's really about, when I created this, and I can get into kind of the long story of how I came here if you like, but the brilliance part is really tapping into that personal strengths that I just mentioned, which I call your brilliance, and being able to apply that brilliance to your business. So that's it in a
Yes, that's great. And it's a little bit of how I see wisdom. I use the word wisdom very much, and it's very in alignment with that. Yes. So in today's world, we and mostly as introverts, entrepreneurs, and that many times we hide ourselves behind our business and behind our content. It's very easy for us to look to the outside and start to compare with other people, right?
yeah.
And yes, the shoots they come up very, very easily. And why how do you what do you see in your clients that normally holds them much? What
Yeah.
is the type of should? Because
The type.
in business there are so many types of shoulds, right? What are the primal shoulds you see on your clients?
Okay, so the prime shoulds, my clients often come to me with this ideal or idea of they should be networking, in attending large networking events. They should be networking consistently, talking to a lot of people. Marketing should look like, webinars, or just really putting themselves out there. That, we hear about, okay, success is on the other side of your comfort zone. Well, yes, but there is also that element of success is, within your strengths, and I'll go back to your brilliance. Success does not have to rely on what we have been told are the shoulds. Another part, another reason my clients would come to me is they think they should have certain routines in order to be successful. We hear consistently, as I don't know, especially here in North America, I'm in Canada, wake up at 5 a.m. That's what all the CEOs and successful people do. And, there is that, if that feels good, amazing. If it doesn't, if there is something, if there are other times for you, if you do need more sleep, that is something that I work with my clients on as well. I really work with them on uncovering their individual energy times and what depletes their energy and what gives them energy. So my clients come to me really at a time when they're just like, you know what, I am exhausted. I have been trying all of these different things that I've been told I should do. And whether or not they have success in their business, they are just at a point of like, I just want to be me. Can I just, infuse my business with who I am and create and just build up my business and attract clients that align with who I am as well. So that is basically where they're at when they come to me. Yeah. So I think, just the talking about being introverted and being in an extroverted world, we're often taught that there is that loud voice. And just what you said in the intro, we're taught that loud voices and being super outgoing and just being the one who is, is just the one standing up in meetings or standing up in networking events. And that's the one that is going to be the leader in the room. But to be honest, I think we introverts have so many strengths that make us such great leaders, and it's just important to really understand that and assert ourselves in this world, as who we are. We also are very introspective. We have powerful thoughts. We have ideas that also just sometimes can't get from the inside to the outside. And so I help my clients bring that out as well. So
Yes.
yeah, it's
Totally, totally. And we keep very much on our minds, right? And not only we are very creative and come up with plenty, thousands of ideas, but also we tend to overthink on them. And the process of overthinking brings even more shoots, right? Because we think so much in certain things that many times we don't put into practice. And once we don't put into practice, it comes the should, I should this, I thought about that and I didn't put outside yet, I should this and that, right? And it's very, very overwhelming. Do you feel that your clients use the introversion as, I don't want to say as an excuse, but do you feel that they think their introversion hold themselves? That is a bad thing?
mm. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting how I have shifted over the years to now say I work with introverted women, because a lot of my clients don't even sometimes it doesn't even dawn on them that they're introverts, right? So they
Hmm.
know they really enjoy their solitude time. They know that their energy is depleted when they leave a networking event. But sometimes they don't, haven't kind of put a label to it. It's just kind of this knowing of like, I'm just exhausted. And like before I decided to use, yes, introverted, I was just finding that with my marketing clients. So before coaching, and Build Your Brilliance, I had a marketing consultancy, and I would meet one to one with my clients, and I would work deeper with them on their messaging. I still do that, by the way, with my clients and Build Your Brilliance, depending on what their needs are. But it just was kind of like it started just to kind of unravel in conversations of this fatigue of this. Oh, I know I should do this. This is what other marketing consultants tell me to do. This is what other people tell me I have to do. And I would just find myself just say, no, stop right there. Like, I have been in the online space now for 15 years, and I have been through what a lot of my clients have been through. I totally understand this. Yes, so and so says you should do this, so you should. But it was really just kind of at that time when I was even myself realizing that the term introvert, realizing myself and seeing myself in my clients. So now when my clients come to me and they know I work with introverts, sometimes they kind of discover their introversion through my content. When I'm writing my content, they'll go, "Oh my gosh, that's me. I guess I'm introvert, or I guess I'm a mix. I'm an ambivert. I'm introverted and
Mhm.
extroverted." And so I don't know if they would use it as a crutch per se, but I do think that they do begin to realize that this can be used as a strength, like just being like creating this awareness, having that realization of, oh, this is I'm called an introvert because I draw my energy from my solitude, from my thoughts, rather from crowds. So it's almost like a more like empowering movement to help them recognize, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with having solitude. There's nothing wrong with doing business, conducting business, and having conversations and networking and marketing and sales in a way that feels really good and right to you. So to answer your question, I don't think they use it as a crutch. I think it's more of like this relief of like, okay, I agree. Your description of introversion fits in so well with how I feel, and now I'm learning how to work with this.
Yes, and it's important to know that or to understand that we are introverts, but the introversion doesn't define the person we are,
Yeah.
right? It's a trait we have, but it doesn't define it. It doesn't block us from doing what we want. If we decide that we want and we do things, it won't block us, and can even be a good trait, comparing with the extroverts, right? We have strengths like you were telling, and you are already focused on the strengths several times, and many people think it, it's important for us to evolve, and the entrepreneurship journey is a way for us to evolve, and there are plenty of areas that we need to focus. But I believe that many people focus very much on what they lack, and they are always on the pursuit of what they like and need to improve that, and forget to use their strengths to to be more productive, to do better business, right? Because
Yes.
once we focus very much on the lack we have, we we are always on that secrecy mindset, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think that tends to happen too when that either passion for your business starts kind of to fall, and you're kind of feeling this kind of in this kind of low place. And I'm talking from experience as well. Like I started as a VA and freelance writer in 2008. So I have had, many, many years of kind of going through those ups and downs myself. And I do feel like that, that scarcity and that, okay, I want to do better and I want, the next thing and the next thing, it's when that focus kind of starts to fall off, or you're newer in business and you're not yet in this place of flow and just kind of still kind of navigating your way through. So definitely at that time, just really getting in tune with what you bring to the table and what you value, really helps you align with both clients and activities that really kind of help you navigate your business and feel really good in your business, whether it's again or just feeling that way. um,
Yes.
yeah.
Do you have any specific guidance or tool you use to help your clients to understand their strengths? Because many times we do things so we don't think about the things we do, right? And many times we need other people to tell us that we are good in such and such things, or doing things in a certain way. They become so natural for us that we don't even understand that it's a strength we have. It's so natural for us that we think everybody does it.
Yes. Yeah. So I do. I mean, I definitely have tools that I bring. I work with my clients over 3 months because I think of that 3 months as that foundational period where we are working together, on developing their kind of their understanding of their business, tapping into their inner wisdom. I do work kind of with my own methodology, and it does involve understanding your inner self, and empowering yourself to take action, and lessening kind of the stress and the nerves, and shifting habits that may have been developed before. But a big tool that I use is really understanding your personal values and your personal strengths. That's why I'm talking so much about this. And I'll talk about energy levels too in a second. But really just, understanding, like clarifying your values, so that you can begin building your own personal boundaries. Boundaries
Mhm.
tends to be a common theme. And I think with all of us, when we don't have our own personal boundaries, whether with other people or with decisions like what we think we should do, that's when we should all over ourselves, as I've heard it. We don't trust our own decisions when we don't have a solid understanding of our values and who we are and what we bring, to the business. So I really take a lot of time with my clients to to form those values and to form the vision that they truly want for not only their business but their whole life. I do come into this with the mindset that how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if you are, believing that you should do something, and you don't truly feel it, you don't truly align with it, and this is in your business, you are more likely doing that in other areas of your life as well. So I do really kind of hit it at a very holistic point. So life and business, I mean, everything is so intertwined. So really working on that. And it takes time. I don't believe that understanding, if you don't have this solid understanding of your personal values and your personal strengths, it takes more than just one day. But I will say that why I use coaching as my biggest tool and why I'm a coach is because it really does provide that space for somebody to really hit home, like really kind of meet head to head with a topic that maybe they just haven't either been able to put time, and energy towards thinking about, or they just kind of haven't wanted to. There is one thing about just working on autopilot in your business, and then there's another time part of, okay, sitting down with a coach and just allowing that space to really kind of think and gather your thoughts, and then just being able to, articulate what is it you want, who are you, what is this business of yours, and why do you want it, what is your overall vision, and what are your overall goals for it. So one particular tool, I don't use just one, I use many, and it really does depend on um, the individual person.
Yes, love that. I was smiling here with such an open smile because we are very close on what we do and how we do, at least this first part, because I also believe that we need to understand our nature to dive in before we start working on the outside. So
Yeah.
yes, with my clients, I also work with understanding their values, their understanding their overall essence, understanding what type of introvert they are, so what we do is in alignment with their essence. Because, like you said, if they don't feel in alignment, then what they need to do, they won't do in a pleasure way, and they don't have the vision they want to work towards the goal, right? So it all needs to be in alignment so they can understand, okay, I I'm enlarging my comfort zone. This is new to me, but I want to do this because I want to achieve that. And it's important to understand that sometimes it can feel a little bit out of the comfort zone, but it will never be, because mostly as introverts we don't go from 8 to 80. We peel the onion, right?
Yes.
It's a step-by-step process. And it's like I like to say is enlarging the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So yes, I love that.
Yeah.
And it feels so, I understood that we had a good connection, because we see things in a very close in a very close perspective, in a
Yeah.
way to speak.
Yeah, I agree, and I really liked what you said about step by step, because that's like going from 8 to 80, what how you said, that's not sustainable. It really does take small steps to make big lasting change. So, I love that you said that
it
too.
makes it makes it really makes. So tell me, are you working on something now? Um, do you are you? I know you were launching something, right?
Well, okay, so how I have a 3-month program. It's my signature program that I work with my clients one to one, which is perfect for myself and my clients, working one to one. I feel like we just get the most transformation through there. And it's called the Wealth Program, and it's for women entrepreneurs who are introverts. And it's about tying in your well-being and your wellness and the wealth, whatever that looks like for you. I feel like we all, have our own understanding of what wealth in our life wants to look like, whether it's, income, whether it's just how we feel, how we live, our lifestyle. So this program is tailored for the individual, but I do use a methodology throughout that I call wealth as well. And back to that, it's about really tying into your inner wisdom, and eliminating the stress, and just lessening your self doubt and just I could go on and on, but lifestyle, nourishing your life, like changing your lifestyle, your habits, tapping into your strengths, and really just approaching it from a whole holistic um, viewpoint. So I do have wealth, and again, it does start off as a foundation, depending on where you are. So really, kind of understanding yourself and just working towards a goal, a specific goal, and making the changes and taking the action in order to get there. When I'm done working with my clients in wealth, I then give my clients an option um, to work one to one with me in a more kind of tailored way. I also have a freebie that I offer. So I wanted to kind of share that. I talked a bit about energy. And so, a big part of what I work on with my clients is really tapping into their energy, honoring your yes and no, what is depleting your energy, and what is giving you energy. And that goes back to the inner wisdom and the intuition, and just really understanding, okay, saying yes to this. So, for example, saying yes to this networking event, understanding if this is saying yes because you're afraid, or saying, you don't want to say yes because you're afraid, or you don't want to say yes because it truly doesn't align with who you are at your core and how you can offer your best self. So just really starting there and understanding the foods, the thoughts, the actions that deplete you or give you more energy, because I really do believe that our being introverted, it's so important to honor our energy levels. We can only give so much of ourselves, and when we do give
Mhm.
ourselves, it's amazing. I believe we make the best leaders, to be honest. We have the listening skills. We're able to dissect thoughts, and we're able to really give ourselves when it's needed, not just diluted selves. So for that reason, it's so important to just understand. So I do have an energy assessment, and you can sign up for it on my email. But that's it. I do periodic workshops as well, but I'll let you know when the next one is.
Okay. So I wanted to go back to what you said on your 3 months container. I love that so much that you focus on the wealth, because nowadays there's not just nowadays, but nowadays I see that message in a stronger way,
Yeah,
and many people are uh, preaching that for you to be successful, you need to have the Gucci brands and all that stuff, the mansion, the cars, right?
yeah,
And these also make introvert and entrepreneurs in the overall
yeah.
feel they should envision a
Sure.
different kind of life or a different vision of success, right?
Mm,
uh, they may feel not in alignment, but they feel they should, because that is success, right? So
right.
it's so important that you bring that, because we are able to decide what we want for our life, and we can be successful in each person in their own way.
Yes.
And what is successful for one person is not for another, right? And for me is to be willing to be on nature. Nature is my happy place, and not being on the on around the high brands. So you need to understand what is success for you. And I love that you bring that. And you, what are the transformations you see
Transformations I see. Yeah. I mean,
on, on
I love that you mentioned the material part of success. But really, starting to realize, like, when you start to realize, okay, what is it you actually value? And now let's implement, it's okay. It's okay to have a Gucci purse. That's totally fine. But if you're buying a Gucci purse because so and so online bought a Gucci purse, or if you want a certain car because so and so says this is it, then you've got to really tap in. But back to transformation, yeah, I have seen some incredible transformations with um, work life balance, going in and believing that you have to, this whole hustle, this word hustle is also, let's eliminate that. Believing that you have to hustle, or, be a really busy person in order to find success, and believing that if you say yes to your business, then you say no to family. When you can have both, it doesn't have to be an either or. So I've definitely seen that transformation when there is that realization that it doesn't have to be an either or scenario. I have just seen just more confidence. I mean, when you understand who you are, you just are able to, articulate yourself better and just go after opportunities that maybe you wouldn't have because you were saying yes to things that depleted your energy. Opportunities tend to go away, or tend to be overshadowed. Shadowed. So it's a mix, and I wouldn't say, I get a little kind of suspicious when I hear of oh, I've helped my clients make so and so cash money, like, really, I really truly believe that the little changes and the little habits that are shifted create huge transformation over time. And that goes back to being to a sustainable business, a sustainable life. I also call it sustainable passion, because you need that passion your business. So,
Yes, I love that. I was seeing here a comment, but here on StreamYard I cannot see who commented, and I wanted to see who commented, but I have someone calling me, and I
oh,
cannot go to the Facebook. So she's saying, "Hi Andrea, hi Caroline. I really enjoy listening to you both talking about today's lots to think about. I love what you said about introverts need to start thinking more about their strengths rather than their weakness. And yes, it's so true. If you need to take something from today's, take this, because it's like I said, we focus very much on what we need to learn, what we need to evolve, because life is a process of evolving. It's supposed for us to evolve, but we already have strengths. And when we focus very much on the weakness, we forget. It's like entrepreneurship, right? We focus on the goal, and many times we forget to stop and look back and see how many steps we already climbed, right?
yeah.
Is a little bit like this. Do you want to say something about this comment?
I just love that you got that from this conversation, and just also know how normal it is to, like, we as humans, our brains do like to hold on to the weakness. So as much as I do kind of say, think about your strengths, think positive, there is also kind of that that okayness that is needed to be saying, no, it's okay. And it's completely normal if you do go to a weakness, if you do forget to look back. Oh, I forget to look back all the time. Like I've had people, I have to have people tell me, Caroline, you've been from here to here, like it's just so normal. So just realize how normal it is to kind of be drawn to what you think you should do. But just having that awareness, I think that's just what I want to share is just get aware, start getting aware, start getting curious of why you're falling into the shoulds. And don't beat yourself up.
Yes. Yes, I love that. Yes. So thank you so much for this conversation. It was such a great one. How can people find you?
Okay, so you can find me on my website at buildyourbrilliance.com. You can find me on Facebook. Feel free. I always, love adding more people to my community. And you can find me on Instagram at I am Caroline Elisabeth.
The
Okay.
all the links will be in the description of the video. And I want to thank you again so much. I feel such a great connection with you, and it is always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you
Thank
so much.